Okay, so this is US 30 on a daily time frame. Haven't said US 30 in so long. The structure today is bullish, as we've seen throughout the past couple of weeks. Sentiment is slightly a bit dodgy because we have had a bearish candle the day previous, and we have two. So basically, we have two bullish and one bearish candle. But this bullish candle is actually technically a doji in some form of regard because the wicks are just very big compared to the body. But we have seen that we are wicking towards this sort of zone and we're not actually closing below it. So I'm quite confident that we're going to hold this sort of level. Furthermore, not trying to take in too much of the current candle's sentiment, but we have actually already wicked to this downside in this sort of level. So I was actually looking to take a buy position anyway. But yeah, sentiment slightly a bit off, but structure is quite strong. Now, scaling onto the hourly, we can see that the key level is around this sort of high, previous high. And it's also kind of lines up to this sort of consolidation around here. And then scaling onto the 15, we can actually see more bit of behavior. And we can see that it's actually the 15 highs, significant highs. And then we actually see this little consolidation here with these wicks in this sort of zone. And obviously it just kind of lines up here. So, and just to make note, the indices do look like they're going to roll over bearish today. So it's quite a high risk day to trade anyway, but I was quite confident today. I'll say probably about, I had a confidence of 7 or 8. And I kind of do visualize price shooting up, but I don't really trade around this sort of time because it's pre New York and you can really get caught like with a fake out and stuff in this sort of zone. But yeah, this is my 5 minute chart. We can see that it's actually had a very strong form of depletion. We've seen that we've had a break on the 15. It's also a break, and then we can see that the retest is here happening. We've seen that it's holding this sort of level really well. Now, I didn't enter off here because I didn't actually see price here, and I hadn't opened the charts because I don't trade at this time anyway. I just kind of opened the charts literally like 10, 15 minutes ago, and I was like, okay, well, I've seen this. Looks kind of good. I actually entered off this change of character, so it would be here. If I mark it out for you guys, it's about here. So that candle closed above, entered, price already shot up here. I was like, holy shit, this is going to rip today. But then obviously it wicked and then it's closed bearish anyway. Now, I didn't really expect price to come and retest this sort of level again, but obviously we've had a break, retest. Hopefully, this has changed the character. I didn't really visualize price coming back down to this level. As you can see, it has. I kind of visualize price shooting up for today, but I don't trade at this sort of time. Now, in the chance and scenario that we are actually in drawdown around stock exchange, which will be in about 2 hours, I will probably manually close the trade because I don't want to get a scenario where I get whipped out here just for it to shoot back up because I know that's probably the what's going to happen. If I'm in deep profits, I will either think to exit or I will just move to break even. But yeah, I do kind of hope that it hits about a 1 to 2 within the next 2 hours anyway because it's US 30. Naz is kind of printing the same sort of action. I just opted for US 30 because I believe it's going to move a bit faster today. Um, but yeah, confidence quite good. Like structure sentiment looks good. I saw a very clear key level to me. This is very nice standard form of depletion, which the longer the depletion, the better. And yeah, I will probably look to trade or update this trade in about I don't know, maybe an hour or two. But or I'll just do a recap at the end, see if I hit SL or hit TP, or if I've made the decision to just X out completely or break even. But I just don't want to be caught lacking from stock exchange because I don't normally trade pre stock exchange or even pre New York anyway. But the setup just looked quite good with like the way that it's broken past this form of consolidation. It retested it again, the key level, the same key level, went up, and even now we're still looking like whilst I'm entering, we're still retesting this. We're not actually closing or going below. So I'm still very confident in this trade. So we'll see what happens later on. So quick update. I hit SL, so I lost today. Um, yeah, price was looking a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like an okay setup. It even reacted back to this key level and bounced back up. Uh, but overall, it was just ranging for a bit. I didn't really want to move it back to break even. I did think about it when I got to here, but I was like, nah, gotta hold it. Yeah, and then it just melted right past the key level. So probably I'm wrong for the day, or just again, not really my time to be trading because I do trade post thingy stock exchange. I was planning to move, like, just exit the trade, whether I would have done that or not. When it came to a closer to stock exchange, I mean, like 5-10 minutes before, I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was gonna run in profit once it got to here, and then I saw it break sort of like its own structure here again, closing here, and I was like, it's not looking good. It came back up. I was like, ooh, yeah, and then it just melted. So, is what it is. Lost. Um, I knew that today was a bit dodgy anyway, but I still wanted to take the trade anyway. Hopefully, we can bounce back this week somehow. I don't know when, but because it looks like everything's about to roll over bearish, as you can see. But yeah, and I have no doubt in mind after stock exchange that this probably will rip to the upside, but I'm not going to think about that now because it'll make me tweak out. But yeah, that's my trade update for the for today. Look at this. Look at this. As I literally said, it will probably go bullish for the day. And what happens? It literally goes bullish for the day. As you can see, tagged out SL, just absolutely got violated just for price. 30 minutes later, just hit like melt TP. Not melt, ripped TP anyway. Whatever. We take the loss, we learn. It was a good idea. Maybe if I had a bit more breathing room, but you know what? Like, this is quite a lot of breathing room as is. But yeah, it's just funny. Like, and look, stock exchange opens, and now it's going down. But yeah, so funny how it works. And the thing is, early like trading with my trading journal, you can actually see. Well, I don't know if it's in the YouTube, but it's definitely in like my Notion journal somewhere. Every time I trade before New York, or not before New York, but stock exchange specifically, it will hit SL and then rip to the top. So yeah, just something to learn from. I guess you just take a loss like that, and then it is what it is, because it could have easily been a TP day, past an account, but nah. Just make sure I guess, my own experience, I just trade a lot better post stock exchange. And honestly, this is probably going to now hit this key level and melt for the day, maybe. But this is the movement I wanted to catch. I wanted to catch this because I knew it was going to be a very sneaky trade to do, and then just I still think price probably could either go any direction for today. More than likely, it probably will just go bullish. But like, I would not be surprised if it just melts anyway now. But yeah, that's my full trade update of the day. It's just unlucky. It is what it is. Move on to the next. Hopefully, we win the next one.